Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Think Tank Sports. Think Tank Sports, where we think and you listen. Check us out on the socials, Facebook, Twitter, and the IG. We got a bunch of Super Bowl polls, basketball. We got all kinds of stuff out there for you to digest and vote on. So please do that. Listen to us on Anchor or wherever you get your podcasts, and watch the three of us on YouTube, as we are still doing the YouTube thing. And this is, I guess, a Super Bowl edition of Lose With Us, which we are super excited to do, get our Super Bowl prop bets out there, all kinds of fun stuff to see how we think this game is going to go and have some fun with it. So, of course, along the way is Mike. Mike, how are you?
Doing good, gentlemen. Super excited for the Super Bowl. If they want to find me for using that term, good luck finding me up here in upstate New York. And then good luck getting any money out of me. But no, as you know, during the regular season of Lose With Us, prop bets and parlays are where I ate, and I didn't eat very well. Some would say anemic because of my regular season record, but I'm excited about these props. I came up with 10 of them, gentlemen. I know you each have 5 each, so we'll have to go back and forth. But also with us, of course, is Stevie Covers, anchoring our Midwest correspondence and teaching us a little bit as we've gone through here with Lose With Us about the gambling world as it's become more and more legal. So Stevie, great to see you, buddy.
Great to see you guys too. I take offense to the Midwest correspondence thing.
Oh, West.
Rocky Mountain region. How dare you with the Midwest?
Okay, that's
we call it soda here, not pop.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
So let's get right into it. I guess I'll go like every other one to your guys' one, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All mine are 10 units. So if you're keeping track at home, these are all 10-unit parlays. I'll give you the odds.
10 for 10. Whoa. They're all 10 of them are parlays?
No, well, not parlays. I'm sorry, props. Actually, I have no parlays.
So. I was like, oh my gosh, 10
props.
Parlays?
Yeah. We'd be recording until next Super Bowl if I had to list all those.
Exactly.
So I'm going to start with first one I looked at when I opened the DraftKings app, and I love it. Over 11.5 jersey number of the first touchdown scorer. So either team, whoever scores the first touchdown, over jersey number 11.5 plus 105 for 10 units. Big fan of that one.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I guess I think like some of the odds I've seen, like first touchdown is Jalen Hurts, and he's less than 11, I believe.
He
right?
is, and I think AJ Brown's 11, so he's out of the mix. But I like the 2 tight ends on both teams. I think they're both primary top targets for their quarterbacks in this game. So
that
was my launch.
That's a tough one because Devonta Smith is number 6.
Yep.
Isaiah Pacheco is 10.
10,
Jerick McKinnon, I think, is 1.
Was 1. Yeah.
Juju Smith-Schuster is 9. So we're starting to run out of options.
Yeah, no, I got Mahomes and Kelsey for sure, and then Goddard on the other side, plus that Quez Watkins, I think, is 17.
And Miles Sanders.
Yeah, 26. So
Sanders, yep.
Good. All right, David, what do you got for your first Propatol rock and roll on?
Let's see.
You just deciding now?
One. No, I've got it. I just was which one I was going to say first. I think on some levels over the years, Mike and I have called this the fat guy touchdown. But I have offensive linemen to score 1+ receiving touchdowns. It's plus 3,500. And I'm taking that for 10 units. It's got to be out there. There's always that possibility of the fat guy touchdown. This is just offensive linemen, though. It's not defensive linemen, of course. But there you go.
Wonderful. And I got the same thing. So that's my second pick. Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
Fat guy touchdown. As a fat guy, I hope they represent.
And it has to be a receiving touchdown. Is that right? It can't be.
Has to be receiving touchdown.
To
Is the one
score
that I
one
saw.
plus receiving touchdowns. Yeah. So
Yep.
it can't be a fumble roosty or.
Yep.
I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Gotcha.
has to be an actual you
And an
catch a
offensive
pass.
lineman. This is not pick six from a screen pass or.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah. Now you can't line and Ndamukong Suh up at tight end and throw him the ball. It doesn't count either.
Right. Because they'll have to report as eligible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, Andy Reid is coaching this game.
He is.
As we all know. So I am going to take the first coach's challenge of the game. Will it be successful? I'm taking no, because that is the weakness in Andy Reid's game for sure. That is at plus 110. So I'll do 25 units on Andy Reid not being successful on the game's first challenge. And it doesn't have to be Andy Reid. It could be not Doug Peterson. What am I saying? Nick Sirianni too. But
Whatever the first challenge is, if it's a no.
First challenge is not successful. Yes.
If you listen to our Super Bowl preview, one of the stats I gave about Andy Reid was his career challenge record at 48%.
I was going to say 48. Yeah.
9th worst in the history of the league. So
there we have
you're
it.
tracking in the right direction there, Stevie.
Excellent.
Very good. All right. So I'll go with my third pick. Will there be an octopus? Does anyone know what an octopus is? No. The same player to score a touchdown and then subsequently convert the 2-point conversion. Same player makes both scores. That's an octopus. 8 points, 8 legs.
Because it's 8 points. Okay.
Yeah.
Plus 1,400.
There's no way you're taking no on that one.
Oh, yeah. You definitely root for yes on that one. I'm sure no's not offered as an option. Probably.
No, it's
so
not.
Plus 1,400. Again, another just fun thing to root for. And certainly with Kansas City and their funky red zone and conversion plays. And, let's not forget, Philly apparently invented the Philly special play. So, they could do something funky too.
They could. Yeah, that coach is in Jacksonville now, but
sure.
You could easily see Travis Kelce scoring a touchdown and converting the 2-pointer.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I like that. David?
Yes. Well, if you did listen to our Super Bowl podcast, you know that I've picked the Eagles to win, and I think their offensive line is great. So one of them is Miles Sanders as the player with the most rushing yards in the game, and that's plus 150. And I'm putting 25 units on that. I'm pretty confident that he's going to have the most rushing yards.
You don't think he's going to get Leroy Hoarded where Boston Scott or Gainwell gets a touchdown? Remember Leroy Hoarded?
Touchdowns doesn't matter. It's rushing yards.
Okay.
Yep. So, I think he's,
Very
good.
But
if Gainwell busts an 80-yard touchdown run, then the touchdown will matter.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Stevie.
I am going with, I saw a report earlier today that the Chiefs have all kinds of stuff in the game plan for Mike's boy, Kadarius Toney. So I am jumping on that bandwagon. I'm going to take Kadarius Toney to score the first touchdown of the game. I'm going to do 10 units on this, and that is paying a handsome 16-1 for Mr. Toney.
I like it. He's the kind of player that makes an impact in a Super Bowl, down on the depth chart, came in late to the season to the Chiefs, and certainly has the skill level to do that. So, yeah. Good.
And great value on it at 16.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm noticing there's a lot of early prop bets here, and early in the game, we're going to know what's going on. So I like that too. And sticking with my theme of 2-point conversions, simple, will there be a 2-point conversion, yes or no? Obviously, I took yes based on my previous bet, or that would be
yep.
supercilious, I think the word is. And that's plus 120.
Plus
or
20
yes.
for Mike's synergy bet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Will there be a 2-point conversion? Yes, with these two teams, I could see it happening. I'm surprised that's
Yes,
plus
yeah.
money, but
Yeah,
actually,
that's what.
Yeah.
That surprised me too. David, what do you got, buddy?
Another, geez, oh my gosh. It just occurred to me that all my prop bets except for the offensive linemen are all Eagles. What a surprise.
Well, sticks with your.
Yep, yeah. The Eagles defense again, I think is great. And so I'm taking the Eagles and sacks to be 2+ in the game. I think that's pretty doable, and that is at -330 right now. And
I mean, they had 4 players with 10 sacks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do 20 units on that for the Eagles, 2 or more sacks.
Yeah. It seems obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a layup, and you're getting layup odds on that at -330. So
Yep.
Back to my multitude of props and early game action. The number of plays for the first touchdown drive, over or under 8.5.
Oh wow.
I took the under. -120. But I just like the idea of rooting for big play early.
and it could happen. With these two offenses, it absolutely could happen. I don't mind one at all.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it's sneaking in with an 8-play drive on that one is not going to be exciting, but
Right.
it'll count. So
I'll be yelling score. Steven?
Yeah. Well, let's go to the end of the game. We've been talking a lot about the beginning of the game. So will either team kick a game-winning field goal as time expires, a walk-off field goal?
Mhm.
Odds are like this is not going to happen. It's only paying +1,000, which seems a little shallow to me. I think it should pay more than that, but it's fun to cheer for. So I'm going to take that one, and I'm going to do 10 units on that.
What do you think about that, Dave?
Yeah, I saw that one too, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know. I don't think it's a terrible one. I mean, when you look at what the spread is for the game, I think it's pretty realistic. It's not the score that I predicted, but Steve is not making his bets on the score that I predicted. So,
well, the thing about it is like it has to be as time expires. So I wish there was a little bit more, juice on the odds, because if they kick a field goal with 3 seconds left, I get nada.
So there's no leeway there. If there's 1 second on the clock and they have to kick it off, that's a loser. Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so I wouldn't recommend betting it in real life, but it's fun to cheer.
Sure. Speaking of which, and speaking of field goals, over under 46.5 for the longest field goal made. I took the over -125. I know it's not great odds, but I certainly can picture 50-yard field goals. Points are going to be at premium, and they're not going to want to, not try to score something. They want to convert on some kind of points on every possession. So
so field goals inside of 46 yards are probably not going to happen.
Great point.
Yeah, I'll actually join you on that, Mike. I'll add that to my list, and I'll join you on that for what am I at here? So I'll put 15 units on that.
Wonderful. Plenty of room on the bandwagon here, buddy. Jump on in.
Game's indoors. Let's do it.
Yeah. David, I think next.
Yes. Speaking of jumping on in, I am going to do a parlay, a single game parlay. Feeling fairly confident in this one, but that probably means it won't happen. So it is Jalen Hurts with any touchdown Miles Sanders, 65 or more rushing yards, and AJ Brown, 80 or more receiving yards.
Wow.
And that is plus 650. And I'm going to do 15 units on that.
Okay. You said "and" a lot. Can you hit us again with all the
Yep. So
requirements?
Jalen Hurts, any touchdown.
Okay.
Miles Sanders, 65 or more rushing yards, and AJ Brown, 80 or more receiving yards.
Okay.
So for the odds on the Hurts touchdown, I imagine that would just be rushing or receiving.
Not
I mean, it says any because I guess maybe they're thinking he's going to catch a touchdown.
Yeah,
but throwing,
but
a
not
touchdown
passing
doesn't
is what
count.
I'm saying. What a passing touchdown would be. I don't think.
It just says any touchdown.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah. If
So
it's literally the passing on any, then that's a really good shot of happening.
Yes. Yep. Which is why I was thinking that would be good.
Okay.
Yep.
Michael.
All right. Yeah. So I said I don't have a parlay, but I do have a funky parlay for you.
Of course you do.
Of course. So get your ands out like we had for Dave's previous pick. Mahomes and Hurts combined 700 plus passing yards. And
Wow.
Jalen Hurts 100 plus. Oh, Jalen Hurts and Mahomes combined 100 yards rushing. 700 passing, 100 rushing combined for both, plus 1,500, gentlemen.
Wow.
Sink your TVs into that one.
You said
Yeah.
plus 1,500?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
interesting. You don't see Hurts get that many passing yards very often.
Right.
Mahomes with a bum ankle, rushing yards you expect it to be low. So I think that's why you're getting some good juice on the odds there at the plus 1,500.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm certainly hoping Hurts carries the rushing end and Mahomes the passing end, obviously.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it, obviously, because I picked it.
Well,
Steven?
I cannot allow.
No, Stevie.
I can't allow the two of you to have parlays on here, and I don't have one. So
Wonderful.
So here it is.
we are going with the Eagles money line. So Eagles just to win the game. Jalen Hurts, 225 passing yards. Devonta Smith, 60 receiving yards.
All right.
If the Eagles are going to win the game, I think Hurts has 225.
Those things have to happen.
And Smith has
Yep.
60.
Yep.
And that's paying out at plus 320. So I'm going to put 20 units on that.
Wonderful. I like that. That
I
very
like it. I like
realistic,
it. Which
reasonable.
means it's not going to happen.
No. Good logic, though.
Swing and a miss.
So
Yes,
how many do
good
you guys
logic,
have
though.
left? One each?
Yes, I've got one.
Okay.
I've got one, and then I have two others that DraftKings was promoting earlier in the week that are no longer available, but I'll just throw them out there anyway.
Okay. My last two are running back picks, so I'll start with this one. Jerick McKinnon, who I'd forgotten about, to be frank, until our previous podcast, and Dave mentioned him. So I'm going to take him over 20 and a half rushing yards. So not receiving, rushing yards, minus 110. Now, Edwards-Helaire being active probably hurts that. But is he really healthy? Is he going to play over McKinnon? They like to run McKinnon on draw plays and stuff. You know, especially if they're going to go down fourth down, third down, McKinnon draw up the middle. Could happen. Could not happen. That's why I call it gambling. But
the nice thing about it, Mike. So Pacheco's been taking a lot of the actual rushing work,
Right.
But at 20 and a half, that's a number Jerick McKinnon could realistically get that on one carry. So
right.
Yeah. So I don't really mind it that much. I don't love McKinnon rushing props on this one, but 20 and a half seems reasonable.
Right. And I'll just finish up because I do have Isaiah Pacheco 50 plus, and that's plus money, plus 110. So 50 seems a fairly attainable goal for him.
And that's rush yards only, not
Yes.
total yards. Okay.
Yep. So
Yeah, I mean, you look at those two. I mean, that's the Chiefs, getting 70 rushing yards.
Yeah, 71.
Right. I mean, that certainly is
72.
possible.
Yeah, possible. Steven, what do you got, buddy? Or is it you, Dave?
It's fine. I can go. My last pick is the Eagles. They're favored by 1.5. So I'm taking that. I think it's going to be more than that. I said 30-20 was my predicted score for the Eagles winning. So I'm taking the Eagles minus 1.5 for 30 units.
Very good.
Boring. This is a Super Bowl props show, David.
I know.
Talk. Steve, I apologize. I've called you Steven a couple of times in this lovely broadcast we're doing. So don't take offense until we're done.
I've been called worse by my wife.
By better, I'm sure.
Today.
Steve, what do you got?
All right. Yeah, so we did my Eagles parlay. I've got one on the Chiefs side as well, covering my bases.
Nice.
And they're both plus money. So this one is the Chiefs money line. So the Chiefs to win the game. Patrick Mahomes to have 275, which if the Chiefs win, probably going to happen.
Yep.
And Kelsey to get 75 receiving yards.
Oh.
And that's paying plus 350. And I'm doing 20 units on that one as well. So kind of playing both sides of it there with plus odds on both of them. Pretty common gambling strategy there. So
right.
I feel pretty good about both of them. If the Eagles win, I feel good about those numbers I got. If the Chiefs win, I feel good about those numbers on that side.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely with you.
Yeah, definitely a true sharp idea to play both sides and try to find that sweet spot, which I think you may have there, Stevie Covers. And let's just give real quick before Steve, you give us those other two you have, just straight up who's going to win the Super Bowl. Not for gambling purposes or entertainment purposes, but just because we're on a podcast. EAGLES, is that what you're giving us with the Flappy Birds there, buddy?
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the Fly Eagles Fly. Yep. I think they're going to win. I think Eagles versus Chiefs. I think most people are cheering for a meteor to hit the stadium.
Yes.
And have either team win. But I don't want to watch Jackson Mahomes doing TikToks. I'm sick and tired of the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts is very likable. So just for rooting interests, I want the Eagles to win. I also think they're a more complete team. Their defense is better than the Chiefs' defense.
Yeah.
So you're lockstep with Dave with our predictions we made yesterday. I like the Chiefs, and I'm not going to tell you I have any statistical solid rock to stand on. I think they're pretty evenly matched, and Dave and I both said going into our research, we were surprised how even they really are on paper. And I just think that the Chiefs, this is going to be win 2 of a dynasty they're setting up. I know you don't want to hear that. I'm not particularly thrilled about it myself, but
nice.
Mahomes is going to start his march towards chasing down the GOAT, Tom Brady, in his 7 Super Bowls, Dave's best friend. And
can't just shoot the GOAT. I mean, really.
And everyone,
Jesus.
Sorry.
Probably not. I'm not made for visiting.
Probably not. No.
You can't do podcasts in prison. So. Well, maybe you can. Who knows?
Maybe you can. Yeah,
liberal states you guys live in. Yeah. Also, everyone says, "Oh, the Eagles didn't play anybody," and then people on the other side say, "Well, that's not true. Yeah, you can play who's on your schedule, all that stuff." They didn't play anybody. They really didn't, including my own Giants. So when they get tested and when they get that kind of heavy Super Bowl pressure on them, will they perform? That's just
it's true they didn't play anyone, but they also cruised pretty handily. So
exactly. It reminds me of a college basketball team that the coach almost wants them to lose in their conference tournament, just to kind of be challenged and understand the consequences. So
Right.
Okay.
that's just my 4 cents.
Okay. So Mike thinks the Eagles are TCU. Not
Yes.
not
Yeah,
real.
and that worked out so well for me.
Yeah, nailed that one.
As soon as I gave them respect, they got their butts kicked in the championship game. But
I'll tell you what, they better get pressure. The Eagles better get pressure on Mahomes. Like that's how they're going to win this game. They have to get him to turn the ball over at least once, which he doesn't do. He does not turn the ball over. So he gives the ball away like Russell Wilson gives money to charity. So which is not very often, folks.
No, it is not. Oh boy.
get off my boy.
Pete Alonso.
All right.
Yeah,
Dave, why don't you drag us out of here, wrap up our lose with us for the
drag us out of here. Stevie, you got one or two more of those funny ones, or?
Oh, right.
Oh no, yeah, they're not funny ones, but they're ones that were offered.
They're gone
here in the week.
Oh, right.
That if you jumped on them, good for you, because I think they're outstanding. So one of them was either Jalen Hurts or Miles Sanders to have at least one rushing touchdown.
Oh, geez.
How did that ever go up?
Yeah. Seems like a lock at plus 100. Max, where's the button for max bet? I mean, that's a
my
lock.
Goodness.
Responsibly, but maximum.
Yeah, and then the other one was you choose the team that's going to score first, and they up to the odds to plus 150 no matter who you chose. So that was a nice one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that was nice of DraftKings to do those. Those of you who are listening, I think they're still going to do more boosts every day until the Super Bowl, and it's between sometime in the afternoon. They only have it up for a few hours every day, so keep your eye out.
Nice.
Nobody went coin
Excellent.
toss. Nobody went national anthem.
I would have thought you would have. Those are some of your favorites, Mike.
Yeah. In retrospect, I probably should have, but we'll see.
What about the octopus, though? I mean,
I went. Yeah. So that's all I got, buddy.
Nice. Well, yeah, folks, we hope that you've enjoyed our parlays here. Well, some parlays are prop bets for the Super Bowl. We're looking forward to the game, and fingers crossed it's a close game and keeps us entertained into the fourth quarter, so that we can be entertained and enjoy the last football game of the year. Hopefully the Eagles win. 2 out of the 3 of us will be happy with that. And that'd be great. And we're happy that you guys have tuned in and listened to us on Lose With Us. And here at Think Tank Sports, we appreciate your listening and talking with us and engaging with us on social medias. Continue to do that. And we'll be back at you next week talking about the Super Bowl recap and getting into some of these NBA trades and how these teams have changed. And we'll go through that next week. But until then, folks, we are here at Think Tank Sports, where we think and you listen as we strive for 5.